Hi, how are you doing? Hope you are well and safe and having a great day. I'm having a great day. I've been painting in Rebelle 4 and I thought I would try the oil paints this time. So 2 Rebelle 4 videos back to back. How about that? I pulled a picture off Pixabay for something to paint. I'm really running out of source material. This is what I came up with. I'll put a link in the description so you can grab this image if you want to have a go yourself. And I was really surprised because I thought this was going to be an absolute doddle, but it looks so simple. I'll breeze it, and it didn't turn out that way at all. And I think it's because I don't paint scenes like this very often. All the scenes I paint are sort of typical English country lanes and little cottages and stuff like that, stuff local to me. So to paint this, something very different, and I really struggled with these trees. Got there in the end and I'm reasonably happy with it, but it was an adventure. So that proves that you really need to put yourself out there and get out your comfort zone and keep trying things that are different to stretch yourself as an artist. So let's get into the video and see how I stretch myself. Right, I'm back in Rebelle. I'm going to use the same size as I used last time, A3, which gives us a nice big canvas of nearly 5,000 pixels by 3,500, 300 dots per inch. I'm only got that set to 300 because I'm actually using centimeters as a measure, not pixels. If I use pixels, then this 300 dpi, it doesn't really matter at all, really. So there we go. Let's go into it. Oh, canvas. I've got the actual canvas because I'm doing an oil painting today. So I'm using the canvas natural colour. I'll colour it myself. And let's go straight into this. Very excited. Can't wait to do an oil painting. Let's get up the reference image. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Let's just drag the picture in that I'm going to do today. Again, I've got this one off Pixabay because I'm fed up of just using old photos of mine because I haven't really been anyway since lockdown, other than sort of walked around the local lanes. So it's only many times you can paint the trees around your local district. So I thought this would make a nice painting, and I'm thinking oil painting. I don't know, I might use palette knives. Let's see how we go. Let's just move it out of the way. I will put it back down here again. It seems a good place to put it, and then I can just flip over to there to layers if I want it. So I've got it down there nice and small, but I've also got a large reference for me to look at on my other monitor. So oil paints, I'm thinking of blocking in some. I don't need thick paint just yet, just want some thin paint. This wash probably, and I just want to kind of block in some colour really quick. The whole of the canvas, like a little wash, just to let me feel where I'm going with it. There we are, monochromatic. I suppose I could a bit more. Yeah. Still just got this wash going off. That'll do, I think. That's the first thing. Then we've got these distant mountains in, haven't we? Again, I might stick with this brush, make it a bit smaller, using the square brackets for that. Might use the same colour, but a little. Does I say a little grey? That's too grey. Getting the colour I want is a bit tricky. Yeah, that'll do, I think.
Bit of blue to it. Bit bigger. Lighter colour. Kind of want this blender thing going off. That's better. Just sort of soften those colours in. I always find if I'm doing mountains, which I don't do very often, I must admit it's been a long while since I've done any mountains, I like to leave lots of breaks in the lines. See what I mean in a second when I start to blend these in. So we get almost disappears to nothing, and then you can see a little bit like that. Just got the blending brush on here, really. That's the, if we look over to the left hand side, we've got the paint and mix, and paint and blend. So I'm just using that blend option there, just to get that kind of softness going off. I'm liking this so far. Yeah, nice and simple. Then we want to go a bit warmer. It's kind of the greens. Just sticking with the same brush. Let's put it on paint. This will just add the paint. There we go, and I can vary the colour a bit. Keep it fairly muted. And use that blending brush again just to soften it off. If I come over far enough with this, do I think? Maybe a little bit further across. About there. That blender. This is lovely. I'm really enjoying working with this. These distant trees in. So I'm sort of working from back to the forward. More yellow in this one. This is a bit more forward than the other trees to the far left. Our blender, just mix some colours in. Like that. Yeah. All this is all done with the wash brush. Just got that bit low, I think. I'll just take that bit higher. Brush a bit smaller. Oops, way too big. Bit of green on there. I'm going to do the blending trick in a second. Get the blender. Soften all this in. I can come in with thick paint in a bit. Okay. We're getting plenty of rain here. Set. I'm definitely going to have to put the trees on a separate layer, I think. Let's just vary the colour a little bit. I guess this is the reflection of the mountain. Don't like that. I've gone a bit too much. There. Now, if I get this, what's this? Blend, make it big. Can I just drag colour down? Can. And I can go in with some thicker paint. Might just do that actually. Let's think about this filbert brush, lighter colour, purple, small brush. Maybe it needs to be a new layer. Go to layers, add a new layer. That's it. So this one wants to be plenty of paint, not too much oiliness. There we are. I think that's a good start. Let's create another new layer. And I'm going to put these trees in now. And I'm going to do this with thick oil paint. Yeah, we've got thick oils. And we've got these knives. They're going to be interesting, aren't they? So I guess I've got to kind of start here. Let's just put thick paint on. Big brush, bigger brush. Oh, bit too big. I have to say that considering this is a fairly decent size canvas, these brushes perform really well. I've done that too tall. That's too tall, isn't it? Let's just delete that right back. Come on. Right, still about there, I think. Thin dry. I don't want thick dry. I'm going to try rough oil. That does. It's probably better. Well, I like that. Just coming down there to about there. Mix it up a bit. Different bits of colour. Next tree. This one can be. I'm just flicking around with changing the colours as I'm going. Just gonna cut into that a bit. So I just use the eraser there to get rid of that. Got some of this dark green on. Get that going in. Take it towards blue. This one here. Trying to leave some light in between it. I'm not thinking about the trunks yet. I'll do them separate. Oh. Quite nice. Nice thick paint. Looks a bit metallic actually. Let's go with this one. Foil. Try flat wet. Kind of like that rough texture actually, to be honest. Right, I'm going to speed it up now because I just know this is going to be a really long video if I don't. I'm really happy with these trees now. I swapped over to the knife 2 about halfway through, and I'm getting a really nice texture with those. And I'm thinking now that it's time to do the reflection. So let's give it a go. Best way to do this, I think. I'm not going to just flip it. That, to me, that just seems so naughty. Naughty. I'm just going to drag these down like that. But already it looks better. It does, doesn't it? And then big brush, big knife. I'll stick with this knife, I think, for the time being. Ooh, green. I don't know how big I want it to be. And just pick those colours up in between. I'm still using that knife, and I'm kind of doing a little zigzag shape. Pick up the blue again and take that out of there. Right. Green, red. Big palette knife. Yeah, I love it when we can do that. Just sweep something in. Light pressure, and that just sort of size down a bit. Don't like those last few bits I did. I think I'm going to swap over to a different palette knife. Let's go to the flat one. Doesn't seem to want to blend. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's pick up some of these lighter colours again. put them in there. Definitely coming out here like this, look. And get rid of that. That's it. Want some thinner ones. Pick this colour up. Let's get rid of that. That's it. It all looks a little bit mechanical with this flat brush. I'm going to change it back to the thick wet. I'm applying bits of colour, then just blending them out, and it just looks a little bit more real, I think. And I'm going to have to make the brush really small. Put some of this back in. Yeah. Some green in here as well. Let's put a little bit of green in. And a little kind of wobbly. Inches. Sorry, tree trunk reflections. In there like that. Put a bit in over here. Just thickens that up a little bit. Maybe just a few thick strokes in the water in the foreground. Slightly a bit. It just sort of balances up the tones really across the painting. Oh, got painting hidden. I made that mistake the other day. Let's add a little bit of. I can see some of this warm yellow in here as well. Oops. I don't know where that come from. That's way too much. In fact, it's pinker than that. It's better. There we go. This putting this in here stops it looking like a great big rectangular chunk, which is what I was a little bit worried about. Well, that's it. I'm looking at my trees in the photo, and I could have brought them right over here. They're almost cutting it into the paper. Let's get radical, man. Oh, I've got more than one. Oh, that'd work. Still got the background then. I wonder I'd run out of trees. Okay, let me speed it up again, just to get these new trees in. Here we go. So I've redone my trees. I've just noticed I need to bring this one a little bit lower. So, and it's nice. It's nice to show you that I completely mess up on a regular basis. What it's all about, isn't it, really? I'm using a dry brush, by the way, a flat dry brush now. I've kind of up the ante, changed the brushes a little bit. I wasn't totally feeling it before. Now that gives a nice effect. And we can bring that down, right down there. I'm going to try not to block this all out this time with colour. In fact, I'm going to leave this corner white just for the composition, really. Vertical stroke there, vertical stroke there. Put some green in. That's better. Now I can go back and just put in some highlights. This is, I'm glad I screwed up, really, because I think the water's much better this time. It's fresher. I was fiddling too much before. It's just a few. In there like that. I'm wondering if I should move that little, paint some more of that little distant tree. If I go into the background layer, I'll just show, I've not showed you the reference image for a while. That outlook. See now that why I needed to move them along, but now I'm thinking I need to just go onto this layer, pick up that wash brush, pick up this colour, make the wash brush smaller, set it to paint, just add a little bit of that. Oops. It'll go behind, I can paint behind it because it'll go behind there. And I can use the eraser as well just to, oh, hang on. Might be easy to do it this way. Got a massive eraser. I was taking it back to the canvas, isn't it? Canvas colour. I could, in actual fact, pick that colour up, go back to my brush, and maybe just make it a bit darker, bluer, just behind that a little bit. Then just pushes that tree forward a bit. Come onto the layer in front of that, and I just choose a lighter colour. Back to me flat dry brush as well, a bit bigger. And a bit. It just pushes that tree in front of that distant island, little island. Like that. Bring my reference up a bit. Actually, yeah, I'm thinking I'm almost there. Just zoom in a little bit. Get on the right layer. To results. There we go. I'm just not quite happy with this bit here. It looks a bit laboured. Looks like the brush strokes have been forced. Don't like that. That's it. There, done. My autumnal trees. I got there in the end. Let's just sign it. So still learning Rebelle, really. It's not an app that you pick up and you're a master of straight away. You can get a really nice images out of it, or pictures, paintings straight out the box, but it's easy to learn and hard to master. I think you'll be changing your techniques and methods all the while you're learning this, as opposed to other apps. You're in and you're away. Take that a little bit away. Yeah, so if you haven't tried Rebelle yet, you should give it a go. If you're on a PC, I think it's on Mac as well. Not available on tablets, unfortunately. But maybe, I don't know, maybe in the future it might be. It would be nice to see if it was. I just can't resist, just keep trying to add a little bit of something. Yeah, give it a go, and keep posting in Digital Easel, everybody. That's all good to see. Getting some really excellent paintings in there. I love to watch it. I don't comment on everybody's painting because there's way too many, but I have seen every single painting in there, and I have liked every single painting, and some I even loved. Some are really good. Yeah, give it a go if you haven't already, because it'd be lovely to see you in there. And everybody's dead friendly, and there's some fine artists that love sharing their stuff. So yeah, Digital Easel. It's on Facebook if you don't know. Link in the description. So any comments you've got, stick them in the comments below. And that's it. I'm just sort of fiddling now. I just should really stop, Steven. Yeah, that's it. I've done. I've finished. So thanks for sticking with me till the end. This is another long video. I don't know what's going off. I assume if you've stuck with it till the end, you've enjoyed it, and if you have, big thumbs up as always, much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this, and I would love to be sharing them all with you. So don't forget, everybody, stay safe, stay sane, keep painting, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.